we got 30 X-Wings going into the trench here, and a lot of films have been made, but we don't know which photon torpedo is going to go down the shaft and blow it up. I've got a feeling about this film. It could be the one that just like Uncle Tom's Cabin or The Jungle, changed things societally. Resistance is victory because we don't know which punch, which uppercut is going to land and break the jaw. And we've already landed a lot of blows, you know, in the fight, getting the truth out. But we've got to hammer them and hammer them hard. Because I got to be honest, I'm rarely wrong about things, Joel. I know the globalists and know how they're rich and powerful and enjoy wealth. And I just kind of thought of communism as some old bygone era failed thing. I mean, I knew a lot of financial interests like Arm & Hammer and George Soros, and people had funded it and used it to control populations of countries they're not in. But to imagine that the elite in this country would actually put a communist in, that they would actually try to create a race war, that they would actually do all this with such a classic Soviet destabilization handbook, you know, the program that General Parton talked about. I used to think, oh, General Parton's being a fuddy-duddy, you know, former head of Air Force Weapons Development, Major General. And it turns out we are actually facing, like you said, at the grassroots, it's a radical socialist party, but they're actually communists at the top. And they really do plan to use Homeland Security on patriots. They really plan to round us up like Larry Grathwold exposed with the Weathermen. I mean, they're that savage. And, I mean, how do we stop them? I guess your film and shows like this.
Well, in the early 60s, they used Hollywood, John Wayne, Ronald Reagan, all made commercials and movies explaining, you see these radicals on campus who are worshiping Chairman Mao, like Bill Ayers, he was a Maoist. Let's tell you who Mao really is. He is a psychopathic communist who locked 50 million people in collective farms where 50 million people starved to death. And they explained that there is no God on earth. There is no paradise on earth. The closest we have to paradise is Kansas. This is as good as it gets. Whenever in history somebody says, I got the perfect formula for social change, we're going to change everything, follow me. Whenever you hear that, you have to ask yourself, what stripes are my uniform going to be this time?
Exactly.
You're going to prison. The end game of socialism is prison camp because they cannot force people to fit into their paradise unless they kill about half of them. They killed 100 million people in peacetime all over the 20th century.
More than that.
More than that. But the political repression, the ideology of creating a big lower class and eliminating the middle class so the political elites can control the wealth is the ideology of Barack Obama, and it is the ideology of the Democrat Party today.
And America is the perfect place for this to happen because we've never had something this big. And I mean, we didn't go through what the Chinese and the Russians and the Cubans and everybody have gone through. We have no idea what we're facing.
Well,
I mean, I didn't have an idea. And people think I'm radical and you know, think things are worse than they are. No, no, no. I've been blindsided by how real this is, how much they hate this country, how much they hate freedom, how nasty they are. I mean, they run the country. They took over. Why do they want to wreck it?
Their twisted ideology still is that they're comparing America to a socialist utopia, to a paradise on earth, not to other countries. So when they compare America to utopia, of course they hate it. Everything's wrong. If you compare America to the rest of the world, this is paradise on earth. But this ideology is born of the Marxism, the communism, the idea of going down the yellow brick road, and this magical wizard will solve your problems. We know, and you saw Peggy Joseph in my movie, she also found out Obama's just a man behind the curtain, and their agenda is certainly to break down and destroy the American middle class, and everything they do is meant to divide and agitate us and not bring us together.
And it really is. I mean, they really are passing 7 taxes and Obamacare on poor people, and he sits there holding their hand and being sweet to them while they know full well they want to wreck them. I mean, it is just so vicious. I mean, when I stand in a Luby's cafeteria line, and I see old ladies, I've been eating there since I was a kid, who can't afford a Luann platter now. That's where King of the Hills, you know, Hank Hill's wife's name comes from, by the way, folks. A little inside stuff from Mike Judge or niece, you know, Luann. Oh, I mean, I stand in those lines now, and nobody can afford the food, even though it's cheap. And I mean, it makes me mad to see people poor. These progressives love it. Why do they love it, Joel Gilbert?
They love it because they need chaos in order to justify radical change. If everything is going well, if you can do like Michelle Obama and you can go from Southside Chicago and go to Princeton and go to Harvard and get a law degree and get a job making $300,000 a year like Michelle Obama, there's no reason for radical change. Everything's fine. But they have to tell you that you've lost control and lose control of the border. That's why in my film I show Michelle Obama saying, you can't buy food, you can't pay your mortgage, you can't take care of your kids, not in America. They have to create chaos and make you think that life is out of control to justify giving them the power. That's the evil ideology.
And then they screw it up more, and then they say, give us more power. And then they screw it up more, give us more power, until we're under Stalin or Mao. And they're building the camps and everything. It's all just happening. Repeat of history. Joel Gilbert, powerful guest, filmmaker, straight ahead with the director. And then we've got more guests coming up today, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden with breaking information.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
That's the sound of your door being kicked in by an intruder with a single kick. Criminals know that your wooden door frames are weak and your alarm system can't keep them out. That's the sound of the same door now protected by the Door Sentinel. Standard locks, deadbolts, and alarm systems can't prevent forced entry. Harden your door and door jamb with a Door Sentinel. Protect your home now at MySafeDoor.com. Go to MySafeDoor.com for a special limited time offer. The Door Sentinel, your home's first line of defense.
Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. In the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at MadeIn1776.com. The already discounted Made in 1776 t-shirts are only $17.76. We have the new belt buckles that in only 2 weeks of sale are very close to selling out. There's only 500 of each. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in nickeled brass. This is more than a summer blowout special. This is a new declaration of independence. But to expand the InfoWar, we're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at PrisonPlanet.tv. For a limited time, only $39.95 a year. That's more than 5 months free off the regular price. Not just this July 4th weekend, but the entire month of July at MadeIn1776.com. Molon Labe, you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
How can you save a ton of money and prepare for emergencies? By having your own in-home freeze dryer from Harvest Right. Now you can cut down on wasted food by freeze drying your leftovers. That's right, create your own long-term food storage by freeze drying your own fruits, meats, vegetables, even complete meals with a Harvest Right in-home freeze dryer. Imagine the savings and the peace of mind. See how the amazing Harvest Right freeze dryer works at HarvestRight.com.
Folks, you need to get into the theaters and see this new film that's been produced by Joel Gilbert. It is so important to see. There's no place like Utopia. And to support free independent media. There's a reason they're trying to shut this stuff down. Also, in the month of July, support InfoWars. Spread the word about the broadcast. Sign up for a year to see the nightly news at PrisonPlanet.tv and get 5+ months free, or get the monthly trial membership, $5.95 a month. Each membership, 11 people can simultaneously use. That comes out to like a penny a day per person. It just pays for the bandwidth and all of our books and films and more at InfoWarsStore.com. Some of the headlines up on InfoWars.com. Pervert gets his kicks by dressing up as a TSA screener and groping women at San Francisco airport. Victims didn't even realize drunk man was an imposter. They're all an imposter, a power grab. Strobe Talbot blames Russia for shooting down commercial airliner. Malaysian passenger airliner shot down near Russian border in Ukraine. Obama attacks Second Amendment with a new executive order. We'll tell you about that. U.S. Army training to fight black Americans. That's in these drills that we have the video of, and they admit it. It's nothing but black people. What's the plan? I guess in Chicago, to turn the welfare checks off and then Obama saves the day? I don't know. But they're creating the destabilization to then offer the solution, taking over the border. And their solution is total legalization, which will only cause an even bigger collapse. And we documented they're shipping the illegals in on buses and deploying them. They first denied that a month ago. Now it's confirmed. In closing, Joel Gilbert, how do you think it's going for Obama and the progressives? I see it as a 50-50 ball game. We're on a knife's edge. It could go either way. That's why we need maximum effort by everybody right now.
Yeah, from their point of view, from Obama's point of view, he's very successful. He's agitating the country. He's divided black and white. He's divided rich and poor. And he will try to feed off of this and the next administration and the Democrat socialist to maintain, to use the discontent to maintain a hold on power. The character of America emanates from our Declaration of Independence and Bill of Rights. These created this American identity of freedom, free markets, and free speech and limited government. Obama is the last step of this vast left-wing conspiracy to destroy all of these wonderful things that grew wealth and made people free, not only in America, but all over the world. I think in my film, it has a great chance, if it goes nationwide, to really expose the entire ideology and sick agenda. And that's why I'm asking everyone to go out and see it. If you know people in Denver, even if you don't, buy some tickets on Fandango and help us sell it out. Because if we do, we're going to expose the entire ideology and the history such that once people realize what they're doing, that it's not trying to help anybody, it's trying to break apart the greatest country in the world.
And that's not rhetoric. It's just, I'm almost pinching myself every day. Am I dreaming that it's worse than we can describe how nasty these people are?
Well, it's in their ideology. Obama's mentor, Bill Ayers, authored a document that said they were going to break up America into 4 regions, have it occupied by North Vietnam, North Korea, Russia, and China, put 25 million Americans in re-education centers.
50 million and kill 25 million.
Kill 25 million. This is the guy that we think wrote Obama's book and was his mentor. And Obama is the hood ornament on this evil ideology that was rejected by America, but because they put a new face with a hidden agenda. Imagine if Obama had told the truth in 2008. My father was a Soviet agent, and I grew up in the world of American Marxism. I'm going to triple the deficit. I'm going to flood the country with illegals. I'm going to have the most secret government in history, and I'm going to tax your health care. Now, he said the opposite to get elected with a hidden agenda. It's the biggest fraud and manipulation of free people in the history of the world.
It is, it is.
And the way to fight back is, I think, education, get through the media blackout. And I think my film, There's No Place Like Utopia, has a shot because it's going to put it together.
Absolutely. Great job, Joel Gilbert. We'll get the website out again later. Thank you so much. Stay with us, folks. Third hour coming up. Yeah, it's an info war. They want to shut down our speech for a reason. We're hurting them bad.
Communications Radio Network.
So tell people to tune into the show, too, right now, folks. From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.